guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Runa, and today is Foundation Friday. Happy Foundation Friday. Every Friday we test out a new foundation. If you're new to my channel, that's what we do on Foundation Friday. We test out a new foundation. So today the new foundation that we're testing out is the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. It's oil-free. It has a broad spectrum of 30 SPF, and it is from Shiseido. I actually bought this at Sephora. If you guys want to shop this foundation after you're done watching the tutorial, or if you need any details, it will always be down in the description box to give you guys an opportunity to explore the foundation as well. If you would like more videos like this and you want to know more about foundation, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications, and also comment below what your favorite foundation is right now, or give me some foundation recommendations so I can check out what's on the market. First thing I want to talk about is the primer that I used today. So the primer I used today is the Pure Canvas Primer. It's a blurring primer from Laura Mercier. They just came out with these primers, and I love primers. I'm a huge fan of primers. I'm actually testing out the 5 primers that they came out with in their line from Laura Mercier. That will be up soon. And they also came out with a Pure Canvas Power Primer. I used both of these, and I think I over primed my face because I thought this was a serum, but it's a primer. Guys, right off, we're gonna say that Shiseido already won an Allure 2019 Foundation Beauty. You know, like it already won. But I want to test it out. I want to see if it's accurate. Allure, do you know what you're talking about? I want to see if it's accurate. This is a $47 foundation that is actually a little bit more pricier than I'm usually used to. Usually, if I'm going to go into high-end foundation, like if I'm going to buy a foundation from Sephora, I like to spend anywhere from $30 to $40. I know it's just $7 more, but you know, every penny counts. Every penny counts. This foundation also comes in 30 shades. I was looking at the shade range. If you see right there, that's the shade range, you guys. I feel like right here in this shade range, I feel like there's way too many mediums. Too much light. There's way too many mediums. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more medium. Like this rose should have been a little bit more medium, and then this should be a little bit more of the darker shades, which is always a problem with brands. They tend to make way too many light to medium shades, and they don't make enough brown shades or medium shades. So that is an issue that we are ongoing talking about. We are seeing some improvements, which is amazing, and I hope to continue to see improvements. I'm going to use a foundation brush today, and I'm going to use the Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection Foundation. According to the shade finder on Ulta Beauty, I went ahead and got 350 Maple, and that's what the shade finder said. The shade finder is not always accurate. Okay, so obviously this has like a very interesting thing. Okay, so you gotta twist it. The packaging is nice though. This glass is really pretty. If you have nails, this may be a challenge. So my right side of my face, I'm gonna go ahead and just use a brush. Wow, that color accuracy, that's pretty bomb. It's the best I've seen in a minute. Okay, Shiseido. I'm actually a huge fan of Shiseido foundations. No, Shiseido skincare. Future Solution is what I used to steal from my mom. My mom uses Future Solution, and I used to always steal that foundation from her. I used to always steal that skincare from her. And she used to be like, you're too young to wear this skincare. Because she's, you know, she's like, oh, I'm older. You don't need to wear this yet. You need to wear other things. And like, stop touching my $500 creams from Shiseido. But I've been loving Shiseido since I was a kid. Okay, so now we're much more up close and personal. I'm going to say this much though. That Laura Mercier Blurring Perfecting Primer, it's making this look bombacious. Wow. Snatch. Like you literally can't see any pores. Oh, wow. Are we here for this? It's not as full coverage as I wanted it to be. It's actually more of a, what is it more of? It's more of a medium coverage. It is really natural. It's really lightweight. Say that it has like 24-hour synchrony technology and it refreshes throughout the day. That's what they're saying. But this looks really nice. And I love that it has SPF 30 in it. I love foundations with SPF 30. So this would be like more of a like an everyday daytime wear foundation. And I'm here for it. I really like it. Now I'm going to go in with a beauty blender on the other side, which is this one right here. It's just a beauty sponge. I want to see if there's like a difference. Since this is a medium coverage foundation, I tend to like to use it more with a brush. Full coverage foundations, I will like try to use a beauty blender with it, but most of the time brush application is my favorite with foundations. I wanted to try this out. Okay, right away it goes on very powdery. Like it has this like powdery, instant dry vibe. It doesn't feel like hydrating and it doesn't feel tight. It just feels airy. I don't know if that makes sense, but it feels airy. Like I can tell I have something on my skin, but at the same time I don't really feel it. It's interesting. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do a second layer because this is a medium coverage, and I'm gonna see how it does being a buildable foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna try to see how it looks buildable. Okay, buildable, this looks even nicer. I'm not mad at it. It just goes into like instant full coverage. Buildable, wow, this is nice. I will say that it looks really ashy, heavily ashy in my chin area. So if you have dark spots and discoloration is something you deal with, because I have a lot of discoloration, I have uneven skin tone and that's something you deal with, you're definitely going to need to use a red corrector with this foundation. You're not going to be able to just go in without a red corrector because you're going to see like a lot of the spots look really ashy. Okay, so a little foundation tip, you guys. I like to go in with a damp beauty blender. No foundation on it, just a damp beauty blender. And I like to press the foundation into my skin. And what this does is it prevents your foundation from getting cakey. It just takes off the excess without taking off the coverage. And this is my most favorite way to apply my foundation, is go in with these techniques. Guys, basically I've had on the Shiseido foundation for quite like maybe an hour. It's dried down really, really nice, and I'm super impressed on how it dries down. It looks really, really nice. Still does have a bit of a white cast. Kind of gives off like a really brightening look on camera, and it kind of gives like, I look kind of like white, ghosty a little bit. That's a little alarming. I'm gonna see how it looks under these lights. It does give it off, but maybe in natural light it doesn't. I would wear this foundation during the daytime anyways, so you wouldn't catch me really being under studio lights most of the time. I'll mostly be in natural light, and that's what matters to me because this has SPF 30 in it, so natural light is what I care about and how I look in natural light. I wouldn't recommend this for a foundation to wear at night and go and hang out with your friends and take a bunch of pictures because you're definitely gonna have like that huge flashback. I can already tell. Before we leave, I just want to tell you guys what I have on my face because you guys often ask. On my eyes, I have the Huda Beauty Retrograde palette. I'm doing 5 looks with this, so stay tuned for that. And I'm really, really obsessed with this palette because like it's purple. It's just beautiful. For my highlighter, I have the Tickle highlighter by Benefit Cosmetics. I think there was Tickle and Cookie, and they came out with a Tickle. Did not like Cookie, but Tickle is pretty cute. It's kind of like a pinky goldy highlighter. It reminds me a lot of an eyeshadow that MAC once had, and it was what I used for highlighter. So this is really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. For lips, I have Nude Lala from Mented Cosmetics. As you guys know, I really, really love Mented Cosmetics. They have really good matte lipsticks and nude lipsticks, and they complement your skin tone so good. And this is Nude Lala, and I am so impressed with it, and I love it. And for blush today, I have on Peaches by MAC. This is my holy grail blush. I'm always grabbing this. I probably have this on my face majority of the time. I love how peach looks on tan skin tone, so this is always on my face. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off this makeup look with a spritz of this Farcelli Rose Gold Skin Mist. Why not? This stuff feels so good. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna help the foundation set a little bit more. I don't always use setting sprays because sometimes I just want to know how foundations perform, but I also want to use foundation how I would use it anyways. Like I want to keep the reviews very raw, first impression, very how I would use it, right? We all are different, and that's why we have a comment section. You guys can always ask me questions. We could always talk about foundations. You can always find me on Instagram at glambyruna, on TikTok at glambyruna, and I'm also on everything else that you could think of, and it's always going to be glambyruna, Twitter too. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and test this out for the rest of the day, and I'll let you guys know how it's going. Guys, my lips look crazy because I'm filming try-ons for my lips, trying on lipsticks, but the sun is literally going down, so before it starts going down, I wanted to show you guys. I've had this foundation on for about 5 hours now, so I wanted to show you guys in the sunlight how it looks. Today it's not a lot of sun. Go figure. It's more cloudy here right now. I don't know why. Sunny California is cloudy right now, but in natural lighting, this looks really, really good. But as you can see, since it's a little bit more darker, there's a little bit of a white cast, as you can see. So this is definitely a really good foundation to wear during sunlight, natural light. It's not that noticeable. You can warm up your skin with some bronzer and it won't be noticeable, but wear test right now, this is looking really nice. I'm sorry about my lips. Actually looking really, really nice. Look at my pores. My pores look really nice. This section always has like weird texture on it and there's no texture showing up. It's like my pore minimized, but we do have a little bit of creasing happening already. And it's only been like 4 hours since I've had it on. So creasing happening pretty fast in my opinion. The oil control is okay. It's not the best oil control. I do feel like I look a little oily like over here already. And my forehead, it does have a little bit of fine line creasing happening already, which is pretty quick. It could be that I put on too many layers as usual, but I don't think so. I think this is just one of those foundations that tends to crease a lot because when it was going on, it kind of like dried down to a, what is it called? Like a powder. So you are going to feel that if you have really dry skin, it's going to dry down real powdery. Okay guys, so my makeup has been on for the whole day. And do you see how good it looks still? It held up really, really good. There is some fine lines that seep through, like a little bit of creasing, a little tiny. Okay, so I totally understand why this got an Allure award because it's amazing. When you put it on, it's so amazing. It's so nice. It looks really good. And it looks really good to the eye. It looks really, really good. For a brown girl like me, there are some problems. As you can see, there's a white cast from the light from the computer. And so this is definitely not a nighttime foundation. And at the same time, I had a lot of like ashiness still seep through. So it's not really good at covering hyperpigmentation. And what else? It did go into my fine lines, but I think that this is a great daytime foundation. It has SPF 30 in it, but do I think that it's brown girl friendly? I think that it's not that brown girl friendly because it has that white cast. And I mean, the white cast can look a little crazy on a lot of us. So I'm not a big, huge fan of the white cast look. And at the same time, I just tried out a foundation yesterday that was a lot better than this one. And it just performed a lot better in my opinion. And it was a lot more brown girl friendlier. If you have hyperpigmentation, this foundation is not for you. It will not cover dark spots for you. Yeah, personally, it just wasn't my favorite. And I try out a lot of foundations and I feel like, yeah, it just wasn't my favorite. Maybe comment down below if you try this foundation and you love it and you think it's amazing. Go ahead and comment down below and let me know and let me give me some tips or give me some opinions. It just wasn't really my fave. So I'm going to give this one a 4.5. It's still a really good foundation. It just wasn't for me. So if you want to try it, go ahead and try it. And if you do try it, let me know down below how you like it. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching my Foundation Fridays and on to the next journey. Love you. Bye.